looks a little different. It's because we're in our new car. And I said, oh, I can get both of us in here now. Yeah, because we bought a smaller car. We did. We went from a Enclave with a third row seat to a Lexus crossover. But I love it. It's got a huge back seat. It's got a huge cargo space. And what we found, unless you go with a great big hunker car, the third row seat's very small. And your head is practically against the back window, which I didn't want my boys being there. Did you? No. So anyway, I love this. It's the first kind of luxury car that I've ever had, so I love it. And I'll have it for the next 10 years, so just get ready. That's the way.
Yeah, we don't really know if it's a luxury car. It's just an expensive car.
Well, it's expensive and it's got a lot of technology in it. Like I can listen to all my music. I got the maps. I didn't have any of that in my Enclave. I couldn't even Bluetooth my music to it. So I love that because me and Jesus have been rocking out with some great music. But I knew it had been a while since John and I had done a vlog, so they haven't seen you in a while.
I know, I've been incognito.
And that's called work. Gosh, his eyes twitching. We're just taking the afternoon and riding into Birmingham. We got our mask. We are going to go eat somewhere, but everywhere you go eat still has the 50% capacity, so feel pretty good with that. We haven't been doing hardly anything after we got back from the beach. You've been working, and I've been trying to survive, taking care of mother and the grandkids, so it's been busy, haven't we?
Busy.
But I am counting down the weeks till John retires.
Less than 5 months.
I'm ready. I am so
I pushed
ready.
it back. I was going to go September 30th, but I decided to go to December 31st.
Well, there's not going to be any students there, which actually makes John's job more difficult because he is servicing all the students who have online or signing on or any kind of issues.
Well, just supporting remote work, whether it's
supporting remote work,
remote learning, remote everything.
Yeah.
Even remote interviews for new hires.
Yeah.
We do it all.
Yeah. So that makes him busier, makes him have more work. But
making less money than they ever have.
Well, with the hours that you're working,
Yeah.
You're making more money than you ever have, bless.
I am, but the more you work, the less you make when you're salaried.
That's true.
So,
But that's okay, because God has really been with you.
At about 100 hours.
Ah! Sorry, I dropped you. Oh my gosh, now I don't have as much of you on there.
Oh, it'll be okay.
So tell them about your vacation time.
I've got probably about 100 hours I'm fixing to lose.
3 weeks of vacation.
Every September 1st, our annual leave.
Hold on. September 1st, what?
September 1st, our annual leave goes back 480 hours. You can only accrue for 480 hours total. And of course, for some people, I mean, it may take you 10 years to get that much built up. But I'm at the point where I earn 2 days a month, 16 hours a month. So when you look at that,
And he never takes off.
So yeah. So
And
anything
so
over 480, I lose, and I'm
got
probably
3
around
weeks.
600 hours.
3 weeks of vacation he's fixing to lose. That just kind of makes me sick. But maybe we can work something out, a little bit of it. I told him last night, I said, let's leave in the morning and go to Florida. I just would love to get away with just us to the beach for a few days. It's a whole different ball game when you take your grandkids to the beach, because although you and Michael really were troopers this year, y'all swam with the kids a lot. And Ashley and I actually got to sit on the beach one day and probably talked for almost 2 hours, didn't we? That y'all had them up there. And you have to understand that mine and Ashley's conversations are constantly interrupted with boys. We've got to teach the boys better manners about when someone's on the phone. But it was so nice for us to sit down there and talk without being interrupted, Michael and John Ham. So Ashley and I did have some good time. But I'd like just a couple of days of sitting on the beach with you. Just nothing planned, just go sit on the beach. So we might try to throw that in there. I don't know. Depends.
Possible.
And I know a lot of you are saying, oh gosh, don't go to Florida because of COVID. You can do it safely. You can do it safely. I mean, we have to go into Walmart here. We wear a mask. And we've had a lot of COVID around us. We've had family members that's had it, but praise God, God's really taken care of them. And so you just go, and when we went, we ate outside, which is what Ashley and them did when they went with Michael's parents. And then you do pick up and stuff like that, so you can do it. You need to turn that down, just the fan. We're learning everything new in this. Turn it down. Are you good? Okay. But anyway, I was supposed to have gone Thursday, and I really didn't feel well, so I go Monday for my post-op check on my right eye. I don't need my glasses at all for driving and just being outside, but I do think that I'm going to get them to put a new prescription in these so that I can wear them and not have to be taking them on and off all the time. That's the worst part. And keeping them on top of your head. And one of my subscribers, one of y'all, shared some very important information, which I want to share with y'all because I could so see. But one of y'all had shared with me that you had a friend that died with cancer at 62 years old. For years, she wore her glasses just like this and found a little bump on her head and went to the doctor about it, and it ended up being cancer, and it spread. It eventually killed her. And they think maybe the constant wearing and the sun coming through those strong lenses may have caused cancer on her head because she wore them like this for years. So I'm definitely not, I wear them like that in the house, but I'm not wearing them like that at all outside. Thank you for sharing that with me. I mean, I could see where it would radiate through those strong lenses. Yeah, it definitely could. And she said she had worn them, but she passed away at age 62 from cancer, and that's horrible. So thank you for sharing that. We had a great night on the porch Thursday night. I've already gotten some emails, some messages from some of y'all, and I want to share this. This is kind of a personal story, but I want to share it. Laurie Stewart is one of my subscribers in New York, and she and I have communicated for probably 3 or more years, and she had written me a message about how much, well, she was telling me that she was sorry that, you know, I had lost a subscriber and how upsetting, and she says, but you love very deeply, and you love your subscribers, and I do. Most of y'all I will never meet, but when you just start talking on live streams and comments, you just feel a kindred spirit with people. And so she was just saying that the devotion that I read Friday night, what hit her like a ton of bricks, to embrace your place, to embrace where God has you. Laurie has been struggling, I don't think she would mind me telling you this, been struggling with an open wound from diabetes. And she ended up, surgery kept getting prolonged because of COVID. And so finally when they did it, they had to do a skin graft. And she said the skin graft is so painful. And you know, if you've never dealt with pain, if you've never dealt with any kind of chronic sickness, ongoing sickness, you don't understand what it does to you mentally and emotionally and even spiritually. Pain really wears on your body. And Laurie just said she was at a place place where she was just down, and just fed up with all of it. And she said when I read the devotion, she just started crying because she thought, Lord, that's what I need to do, is to embrace the place that you've got me right now. And so I called her. Did I say I called her today? I don't even know. The phone was missing it. So anyway, I felt led to call Lori today. And so when she was telling me that when I read that devotion, that she said it just hit home to her that this is the place where she is. She's been like me, and she's had a professional life in the past. She was a nurse, and now, she's very limited to what she can do. But she really felt God speaking to her to embrace the place where you are. This is the part of the race that she's in, the devotional that I read that night. And so I'm calling her because I really feel like I need to call her and check on her, because I know how sick she's been and she doesn't complain. And then she ends up blessing me because I realize, I just told God, you're not God yet, baby. You're pretty awesome, but you are not God. I told John, I read him the devotion a while ago, and I told him, I said, it is so miraculous the way God works, because I had Judith on my mind. I turned to July 10th devotional to read because that's the day she passed away. And then it was such a good devotion I wanted to share with y'all. And then it ends up being the very word that Lori needs to hear at this time. You see how magnificent. And I tell John, I said, he works in such miraculous ways. He works in simplistic ways that ends up being miraculous too. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's not. John didn't seem to grasp what I was saying as much. But there's just times that God just hits me between the eyes with things.
6 hours of cutting grass.
6 hours of cutting grass. Okay. He's a hero. I'm a zero sometimes. But it just, see, I don't believe in coincidences with God. I didn't just say, oh, let me look at July the 10th. Maybe that's a good devotional to read. When I read it, it ministered to me. And then, lo and behold, she said she started crying. She couldn't even finish the live stream. But it was the very word. She told me she's already made cards to go around her house to say, to embrace your place. And it says boldly, embrace your place, is what was in the devotion. So see how God works. It's just like a domino effect. And that's the reason that every one of our places are important, because we're part of that domino fall. He speaks to me, I do this, then it speaks to you, and then you do this, and then you speak to somebody else, or you pray over somebody, or you do something, or you share. You just see how the domino of goodness. The Bible says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And that's what I always think about when I sing to y'all. This goodness is running after, it's running after me. When you are seeking God, when you're walking God, His goodness is running after you. His goodness is running after you.
I mean, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Sometimes we see it and sometimes we don't. But I just thank God that, I called to check on her and to make sure she's okay. And I told her, I said, I called to check on you. And then you just turn around and bless my britches off. I'm telling you, just to remind me that we're all in this together. We're all in this pandemic together. We're all in this craziness together. But the thing is when we're in God, that's the most important thing, that we're in God together. I told her today, I said, Lori, you have the time to pray that people that are raising their children, and like you and I used to be in our professional lives, are so busy. There's your place. Because I know she prays. I know she prays for me. And I told her today, I want you to pray for me. I want to know that I've got a prayer warrior in New York praying for me. So no matter what we're going through, we have a place with God. He will use us. He will use us. We need to be looking. John and I, before we go out of town, I've told y'all this many times before, we'll pray in our driveway before we ever leave out for God to be with us, for Him to protect our vehicle, for Him to protect our homes, our families that we're leaving behind. And then we also pray for God moments. We pray for situations to occur where God can use us. And really, that's what we should pray every day. When we wake up in the morning, give me Jesus. Wake up in the morning, use me, Lord. Wake up in the morning, let this day, because every day's not a good day. But as Leanne Live says, and she's in the burial business, every day above ground is indeed a good day. That would be Leanne, wouldn't it? Every day above ground is a good day. Because, that's what she does for a living, and she sees the heartache and the pain.
Isn't that crazy that she goes by Leanne Live?
Oh, it is funny, and she buries the dead.
Only Leanne.
Only Leanne. She was Leanne Live before she ever went into that business. So I was like, girl, you go, because that's not a business I want anything to do with. She's like, oh, I love it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So we're going to ride in, get a bite to eat, probably go to Home Goods, just getting out. Just getting out and enjoying each other, right? So, I know y'all have missed him. I know you've missed Mama Love. I've got the question and answer. Mama Love's been struggling. She's going to be okay when you see her. But the day-to-day life, she just told me the other day, she said, I'm just tired. And I can so understand that, can't you? I get tired at my age, so. Anything you want to share with these wonderful people before I get off here today?
Well, I think you've spoke quite enough. I didn't have a chance to say that.
That's the reason I'm giving you the opportunity.
Oh,
Preach it, brother. Now's the time to preach.
Oh,
Now's your time. See, you were supposed to be preparing
oh,
while I was speaker. You're supposed to be my backup speaker.
Oh, okay. Hey, we're going in to get us a little bite to eat. We wear a mask. We can do it safely. Okay.
I didn't say you're supposed to repeat everything I said.
Oh.
Hey, this lane runs out.
Yeah, I get it. I better stay focused.
That's right. In my new car. Don't you get over here and have a wreck in my new car. We don't even have the tag on it yet.
Yeah, I can't sit around your laid back seat.
John, there's a car right beside me. You see those yellow lights blinking?
Yeah.
That's what that means. It's got the blind side thing on the mirrors. Is my head in the way?
Well, when I'm looking off to the right to see if I can get around.
Well, where am I supposed to see it? That's what you said last night. I can't pull out because your head's in the way. Well, my head is lined up with this part of the door. Is it not? Come on, we'll fight.
I'm not into fighting.
I know you're not, but you're into smart aleck remarks and then staying quiet.
Just trying to get merged over.
He told me last night, he said, I can't see around your big head. Which our family does have big heads. I understand that, but I
She
don't.
runs her seat all the way back, y'all. I'm not exaggerating.
I do. But when
She
you
runs it all the way back, and then she lays her head back, and then normally she has her feet on the dash.
well, I can't have my feet on the dash anymore because they won't go up on this new car. It's made so different. And that's the horribly dangerous way to ride. But I've been riding with my feet on the dash for several years now. I don't know what made me start, but this car, the dashes are so different. They're lower and closer, and I won't be riding that way, which is a good thing in case we have a wreck that my legs won't go through the windshield. But I don't understand because your seat is perfectly aligned with mine. Look.
I can't look. I'm driving.
You just gotta look right here.
But the driver don't have to look out the right side.
Okay, if I move up, I'm gonna really be in your way. Have we?
Can we move on? I'm getting tired. Dang, you have to cut grass.
I just don't understand what your complaint's about. He wanted a bigger car, and I picked the smaller one. But changes. And you like it, don't you? Drives great. It practically drives itself. As a matter of fact, when you've got it on cruise control, it will drive itself. It's crazy. But anyway, so I'm going to go so I can figure out where to place my seat that is effective for Mr. Light. Ooh, stretch limo. Man, what a stretch. That's a big one. So I'm going to go and end this video so I can find out where I'm supposed to place my seat. I'm not going to ask you if you got anything else to say. You got anything else to say?
I'm good all the time.
All the time.
I
You're
am
not good. You're not either. You're mean.
Maybe not.
You mean. You're mischievous.
I am indeed.
You are mischievous. All right, guys. We're going to have a good evening. Dadgummit.
Absolutely.
I'll talk to y'all later. Tell them bye.
Bye.
See y'all later. Bye-bye.